Hi, I'm Jonas.
And I'm Jeremy.
This 532 vintage, and we are.
Who says that? Me.
You and we are 532 vintage.
And we are 532 vintage.
And we are 532 vintage. When we say together 532
Oh,
vintage.
no, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
No.
Okay.
And we
Let's
are
keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Hi, I'm Jonas.
And I'm Jeremy, and this is 532 vintage.
And this is our podcast called.
532 out loud.
So basically, the point of this podcast is to just be able to tell our stories and experiences and whatever else to you guys. And I'm a big fan of podcasts, and so is Jeremy.
I love podcasts.
And we thought we have the resources to make this, so why not? And
Camera, lights, friends.
we're not the best in front of the camera. We're very insecure, but
Don't know what for.
hopefully you guys watch the whole thing. And this episode is pretty much just gonna be an intro to
Faith.
us. Intro to ourselves in 532. So
Yeah.
just give a bit of background on ourselves and what we do, what we've done, what we want to do, and all that. Let's go.
All right.
So,
Where to start?
all right. I got my notes here. And so Jeremy, just tell me what it was like, growing up.
Growing up.
Growing up in the Philippines. Just give us a brief summary.
It's a little bit hard in the Philippines. Man, might get a little bit emotional here. It's a little bit of a hard story.
Why are you getting emotional?
I started off living in the slums with my family.
This guy's capping. This guy's capping. All right, Jerry, come on now for the.
Okay.
For
But
everybody
anyways, not gonna lie, I lived in a very middle class family. Lived in Manila. If you guys know where Manila is in the
capital of the
Philippines.
Philippines.
Capital of the Philippines. And
Where in Manila?
Parañaque City.
Are you from Parañaque?
Yeah.
Oh,
But then I
so we're like neighbors because I was in Las Piñas.
don't want to see you.
So like, Parañaque is like Panmure,
Yeah.
and then Las Piñas is like Howick. For
Basically.
for those people from East.
Yes.
It's
But
really close. It's really
very
close.
close.
But you probably take an hour to get there.
Because of the traffic.
Anyway, what was it like growing up? Like, please answer seriously.
I guess it was living in a middle class family in the Philippines. Like seeing the people there, it wasn't fair for other people. I lived in a very what's this? Oh, far out. I lived in I had a lot of blessings growing up. I had like a good family, good friends, good education, and like people. When I went here to New Zealand, people are just like, how can you speak good English? I'm like, I just do. We just tried to, but yeah.
Yeah, I think growing up in the Philippines. So I did primary there till year 5. So we call it elementary. So I went there till year 6. Sorry, grade 6. And the education system is very, very well, like very good, I guess. And so school for you was, how was it? Private school? This guy had money. This guy had money.
We were lucky. Because I wasn't. Well, we didn't have enough money to get there. But at that time, my cousin was going to school there, and I was living with him. So shout out to Justin. And then we would go to school.
Shout out, Justin.
We would go to school every other day because it was like he had his own driver and I had my dad. But I guess going to a private school is really weird. It's kind of like going to St. Kitts here in New Zealand, going to like any other private
East
school.
Auckland?
Yeah. It feels like you're elite, But in the Philippines,
Rich guy.
it's not elite. It's just very like cocky as people. But I love all.
Did you do well in school?
Oh, I hate maths. I'm not gonna lie. I did okay. I did okay.
I think I did. I think I did all right. I was pretty smart back then.
This guy is a chess
My-
master.
Yeah, I used to play chess. I represented my class, my grade in math and in science back when I was like in like year 5, like around that time.
What school were you from?
So I went to Holy Rosary Academy in Las
After
Piñas.
that,
Oh, what do you mean?
didn't you go to like a Philippine science?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. That was the dream. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's move on from school because I hated school, to be honest. So sorry, what was that?
I was there for 16 years. You were there for.
So I left New Zealand. I left for New Zealand in 2010. So I left in like again in year 6, year 5, year 6, and yeah, I basically grew up like half of my growing up was here, and yeah. What else do you remember from your childhood, Jeremy? Did you play sports? Any shows you remember? Any memories with your family?
I used to always go to every summer. I'd go to the province. So the provinces is basically like our Tauranga, not Tauranga, but like
I wouldn't say it's Tauranga.
no, not Tauranga. Just probably like more.
Where is this province? Where is this?
I go to like Capiz, so it's like Luzon is in Manila is in Luzon, is at the top. Visayas is the middle, and then Mindanao is in the bottom.
Yeah, so there's like 3 massive islands, and yeah, it's like North, Central, South Island basically, and yeah, Capiz is in
In
the middle one.
Visayas, yes,
Visayas.
yes. And I used to go there every single summer because my dad lived in Capiz, and man, that's where I got fat. I used to eat so much, but that's where I also played basketball.
I can confirm. Yes, I can confirm.
I used to play basketball there every day. That's where my love.
Basketball.
No,
We can
but
talk about basketball later.
but yeah.
Yeah, sounds like you had a very, very luxurious life growing
Not
up.
a luxurious
going,
life.
Nah. Private school, going to the provinces in the holidays.
Whoa.
Yeah. You miss Philippines or?
Yeah, I do.
So sorry. When did you move here?
I moved
How
here.
old were you and all that?
I moved here during 2013. It was the last day of November. So November.
Memory?
Yeah, November 30, 2013. I came here. I was 16, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So what was it like? Yeah, moving to a way different country. In the Philippines, it's all hot, tropical. It's humid. It's summer every time. Every day of the year. To New Zealand, to Auckland. Freezing cold. What was it like for you?
Oh man, when I got here, even the airport, I was like, this is fresh wind. This is fresh wind. I have asthma, so this is fresh wind. And then I saw like the outside of the airport. It was really sunny, really nice. It was almost summer in New Zealand, and it was summer already in New Zealand. And I was just like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, compared to Manila.
So would you say that it was a bit of a big, it was a massive difference, culture shock, anything like that? Were you homesick?
Homesick. I guess it's just the friends,
Yeah, he was popular back then.
Just a little bit. Not really. I was a dork. But yeah. There's a few stuff that I've left, but I've gained here in New Zealand.
It's quite deep.
So, 10 years in, I'm not complaining. I'm not regretting our decision.
So just for those who don't know, did you know anyone when you arrived here in New Zealand?
Oh, okay. So yeah, once again, my I had family here. So my cousin, my uncle's family of my mom's side was already in Auckland, and yeah, shout out to Uncle Jet. Stay fly. But yeah, thanks for supporting us the whole journey. We lived in their house for a solid 1 month, and then we moved across 500 meters away from them. Still pretty near. So yeah, shout out to them. How about you, Jonas?
Yeah, so same, basically the same. My uncle, my dad's brother was already here with his family, and they took us in. They let us stay there for a while. They invited us to church, which is a big part of this whole thing, big part of 532. We'll get into that later. But yeah, we were blessed. We were lucky to have people already here, people that we knew. And yeah, for me, moving here was a bit tricky. I was homesick for like a week.
Just 1 week.
I don't know. It was short. It was a short amount of time, but I wanted to go back. I hated it here, but yeah, little did I know that this was the best thing that could have happened to me and to my family, I guess. But yeah. So I arrived there in I was year 7. I was year 7 in 2011. And yeah, I basically grew up here from intermediate to high school. So we can talk about intermediate real quick. I don't have any memories really of intermediate. It was just basically the simple, like, go to school.
But I heard I reckon all Filipinos or all people who are overseas immigrants, when they come to New Zealand, they go to this class called ESOL. Tell us about ESOL, because I don't know.
What does ESOL stand for?
I don't know.
English second.
Robbie Dictionary, come on. ESOL. ESOL.
We're not an ESOL. So so we have our guy in the back. We're not gonna name drop him yet. I think Jeremy already has, but
we're gonna cut that.
We can bring him in later if he wants.
We're gonna cut that
if he's if he's not shy later, but
super shy.
Yeah, he's anyway. So where were we? So yeah, ESOL. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if you grew up here, if you were born here, or if you had a good as English, you probably didn't know what it was. But basically, for those new immigrants, we would go another English class because we needed to keep our English up to speed. But yeah, luckily I wasn't there for long. Were you there for long?
I was in lower band English. It was kind of fun.
What is that?
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah, intermediate, not much. Go to school, go home, enjoy PE, go home. I think we should talk about high school a bit because that's when you came.
That's when I came.
So, what year were you when you came here?
I went.
What school?
I came here 2013, so I started school at 2014. It was a little bit sad because
holiday right away.
Holiday right away. It was sad because I went straight for a holiday, but I needed to do year 11 again because I was doing year 11 in the Philippines. So every single student in my class was younger than me, which is I was just
just a bit older than me.
Just suck it up. Just suck it up. But yeah, coming into New Zealand, it was very lenient compared to the Philippines. It was so chill.
I think a quick comparison. Yeah, I think you might be able to describe it best because you were in the Philippines for longer. Just would you say that the education system is a bit harder over there, a bit more lenient over here, something like that?
I guess because especially NCEA, it's either achieved merit or excellence. But in the Philippines, it's like you need to get at least 75. 75. If you don't get 75, you fail. in New Zealand, if you
50%.
No 50% here. Also, what's this? If you, it really depends on your grades where you go to uni. It's the same thing with here, but here there's a specific they multiply it if it's excellence by 4, merit by 3, achieved by 2. But in the Philippines, it's like if you do really well in this specific entrance exam, you get in. Basically, that's it.
So, yeah, basically, school here was easy as for Jeremy. You know, so yeah, high school, just a bit, real quick, because I think we digressed too much. But what was high school like for you? Were you popular? Any girls? Were you in the sports teams? Were you endorsed with excellence?
It's a classic. Year 11 was pretty good. It was quite easy because it is year 11. I think everyone got it easy. I think I didn't get an excellence endorsement, but I got a merit endorsement, which is it's okay. But once I got to year 12, year 13, I just got it harder because I'm the typical Filipino boy that that got into the basketball team. But shout out to Howick.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Howick for bringing me in. Freaking the best team ever.
Maybe we'll do a 1v1. So I play basketball too. So maybe if we get all the love, we'll do a video. Yeah. So yeah, high school. That's pretty much it for you. Or
Yeah. So played basketball from year 11 to year 13. That was tiring because we would have like multiple trains, same as you probably. And then what did I do? Pretty much chill. I wasn't like the most popular guy. Sometimes I hang out in the library because I like. Yeah, I do like hang out in the library because I'm just like I'm tired of the basketball court, so I've gotta study. But yeah, I'm not a bookworm, but
for me,
sometimes a nerd.
For me, yeah, high school was alright. I did alright. I did enough to pass. I played basketball. I tried to play basketball. Tried all the sports. Tried to do everything, all the activities. I did alright. Made some friends.
This guy
Went to a few parties.
is the more popular guy. This guy's Mr. Popular.
Yeah, I miss high school, but yeah, not the classes and all that. PE was alright. Calculus was alright in year 13, but yeah. Shout out McLean's, Rutherford House. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for high school, and I think it's a good segue to before high school actually. Before we segue into the next bit. So we both went to university, and I think it would be nice to talk about, I guess just what we were thinking, going into after high school, that part of life,
Yeah.
So yeah, what were you thinking?
To be honest,
what did you end up doing eventually?
yeah. To be honest, I was scared. I was just like, it's this time of my life where I need to decide, and I think it was just make or break. Like, it's very make or break. I'm like, if I do the wrong thing, I will ruin my life.
So what did you do?
Yeah. So we didn't have. I was still an international student because I still didn't have my residency back then.
Did you have any passions? Did you have any interests that you're like, I want to do that after high school? I want to get into that. Anything like that?
For me, no. I'm not gonna lie, no.
Same.
But I was like, whenever universities go to our school and they showcase like medicine, they showcase engineering, they showcase all the best bachelor degrees. I was just like, I want to do that. Why not medicine? Why not biomedical engineering?
So basically, you had no idea what you wanted to do.
I had no idea, but I was aiming for something in the medicine or engineering.
And what did you end up doing?
I did. On the first year or in the coming years?
First year. What did you
First
do?
year.
And then what did you end up doing?
I went to Bible college.
Oh yeah,
I went to Bible college.
Tell us a bit about that. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, before we get into that, so I was in the same boat as Jeremy. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and yeah, I was like, I spent most of my time on the computer playing games, or Facebook or whatever. I used to play Combat Arms back then. Combat Arms, League of Legends. In high school. So I was like,
I used to play Overwatch.
Might as well study it, computer science and information systems. Yeah, but anyway, so that's what I decided to do. So yeah. How was Bible college? How was Equippers College, right?
Equippers College, yeah. That was good. It was at that point where we really needed a save. We didn't have that much money. So going into it, my cousin already went to it, and he's shout out to Jess again. He was more in tune with it, and I was more of like, oh, why don't I just do that? Because I had no choice. But going into it, I gave God a year, like to just
Give God
change
a
me.
year.
Give God a year, and yeah, it changed my life, the way I see things, and the way I communicate in church as well. But after that,
Just real quick. What is Equippers College? Maybe just give
Equippers College. Equippers College. So Equippers College is, I think it's
apply and all that.
yeah, it's a tertiary education ran by Equippers Church here in Auckland. Yeah, Equippers Church is quite big in New Zealand. They're one of the biggest churches, but they're really known for, just being, just loving God, loving people. They're really good.
What did you do?
I did sound engineering, so everything in our sound stuff here.
So Jeremy set up the whole thing, basically. Yeah, with all that experience and knowledge you learned from
1 year just to plug a cable.
Yeah. So, anything else with Equippers?
That was it, and it was pretty good.
Give God a year.
A year.
If you don't know what to do, give God a year.
You've got a year.
So I guess now we can talk about what you did after. So you eventually did.
Yeah, funny story. I went into there's only one choice, one school that I can go to. It's either Unitech, because they had the cheapest international fees, or MIT.
Unitech.
Or MIT. But shout out to Unitech, because I reckon, even though they are so far away from me, because I lived West Auckland, I reckon they had like the best like hands-on experience with like courses. So the first one that I applied to, I'm not sure if you know this, I applied to Bachelor of Quantity Surveying. Did you know that?
What is that? Is that like?
It's basically an account. You're an accountant for construction, or for construction or engineering. It's pretty cool. I was there for the money. I was just like, yo, that's a lot of money.
All right, and you eventually did?
Eventually, I went to IT, Bachelor of Computing Systems or Computer Science.
Yep. So funny thing, I did the same thing, computer science, information systems, at the University of Auckland, the best university.
The best university.
In New Zealand.
Yeah, just kidding.
Yeah, so I think briefly, let's just talk about what it was like going to uni. So you want to start, or?
I guess.
Oh, just go, sorry.
No. For me, it was hard for me because, once again, I was very far from West Auckland. I lived all the way from East Auckland, so every single day I would catch like a 1.5 hour train, 1.5 hour train ride and a bus ride to go to Mount Albert and then go back. So that's 3 hours. But it was worth it.
Sounds far.
Very far. It was worth it in the end.
How long did it take?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Just
to get to uni.
No, 1.5 to get.
Okay. So 3 hours total.
Total. It was crazy.
That's a long ass commute.
And that was for 2 years.
See, the grind.
That's
where
we don't sleep here. We don't sleep.
Yeah. Any memories? Anything you took from your time at university? I guess.
No.
Except for your bachelor's.
Bachelor's. I guess the fun part of uni, or like college, like high school and uni and everything, is like is basically the community, Wow. The community in the university. I'm not the popular guy, but in Unitech it was more of like it's not a lot of people, so every single one, every single person there. So whenever they're studying, you could just like go to them and just say, "Oh, do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do this?"
So you're copying from others.
Well, sometimes copying. No plagiarism.
Academic integrity.
No ChatGPT back then, so you needed to rely on the other people. But yeah, I guess it was like the community and like how hands-on Unitech was, and yeah, it was good. It was good.
Like, so what was it like graduating? Crossing the stage. What was it like?
Just freaking 30 seconds of walking.
You sit there for like 2 hours and then you walk for like a minute.
You get a piece of paper. And you're like, boom.
Feel good?
Yeah, I felt good.
All the hard work, all the sacrifices.
I didn't get mine. Like
You don't have your
no. Initially, it said like you're gonna get yours at the next month, next 2 months, and I was like, oh, okay.
Did it come?
Yeah, mail in the mail.
Yep. So,
How about you?
My university time was basically for the first year, I only went into university like literally for like labs when it was compulsory, and I spent like
Basically, he
I
wagged.
spent most of my
He wagged.
classes not being in the class. I would just play Fortnite at home and then just watch the recordings. Try to watch the recordings. Eventually, yeah, that was my first and a half year. Yeah, I didn't do the best. I failed a few papers and stayed a bit longer, and I finally got my stuff together around my second year, like second half of my second year and third year, and I guess I did better. In the end, my GPA is not the greatest. What's your GPA?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
My GPA. Oh, okay. Yeah,
So let's disclose that. We're not gonna say
my
the
GPA is alright. It's just a recruiter might see this. And, huh? No, we're gonna save that for now because a recruiter might see this in the future and be like, "Whoa, his GPA is really low."
8. Oh, what? Just kidding.
But do know, in my last semester of uni, I got an 8, GPA of 8. That's all I'll say. And I guess this is a good and I graduated, and it was the best 15 seconds of my life, and I was like, that was it. It just real quick, I think it was quite fulfilling finishing uni.
It was.
But as soon as it was over, we were like, that was it.
That was it. And then
I just didn't know what to do. But now I think it was around this. It's a good time to segue to 532 because this was around the same time all this happened.
Yeah.
So this is basically where the good stuff is now. This is where the good stuff
But
is.
actually, it didn't happen after.
It didn't happen after uni, but
it happened during my uni. I think it was like
it
the
was
end.
like nearing the end.
It was
but
the end
we
for
just
you.
wanted to get it out of the way,
Yeah.
So this was around like
It was around March. So we started around
it was
March.
around, March 2020. This was COVID, and that was my last semester of uni. I don't know about you, but
That was my if that was your last semester, that would have been like my last year.
okay,
My last year.
So, basically, this is when 530 started. March 2020. So basically, this all started with myself. Actually, wait, hold on. I think we got too ahead of ourselves. So I think it might be a good time to tell the people how we met or like how we got close to each other.
Oh my gosh.
There might be some arguments here, but so long story. I don't know if we said it earlier, but long story short, we went to the same church, Life Expression Church, out in East.
On East, it used to be called Fellowship.
Yep. But I started going in 2011, 2012. You
I
started coming
2013, just when I came.
But we weren't the closest
We're all right.
of mates back
Yeah,
then.
we were all right.
We were strangers basically.
Whoa,
Yeah, I don't know. He was a weird kid.
whoa.
Sitting
Say, come
sitting
from
by
the
himself.
Whoa.
And then he would like start packing up the chairs, in front of the girls at church.
They loved it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
They
anyway,
did it.
how do we get
And then-
close? Because there's a
few things.
There's a few opinions, there's a few point of views.
I'm
here.
gonna tell you the correct one. Oh, you go first.
So basically, one day Jeremy was like all by himself, and I was with two other mates. Should we name drop them or shout out to Maro, shout out to JC. Yeah, I was close to those guys, and we were like, oh, that kid over there is just sitting by himself.
What the heck?
Let's bring him in.
It's not me.
Let's bring him in.
It's not me.
They can confirm this. They can confirm.
Cannot
the
confirm
story.
this.
And I guess. Okay, what's your story?
Okay,
What's your
so my story. So there was a time in I guess there was a time in our church where it was a lot of confusion, and a few people leave, a few people come in, and my family was one of the families that had to make a decision. Had to make a decision whether we'd stay or whether we'd go to a different church or go to a different place. But yeah, and like my heart was set to stay in church. I told my family to stay in church, and then it was meant to be. And then I guess when it came to that, the Jonas and two of my friends, they all asked me like this specific question, like, "Are you going?" Like with tears in their eyes. I was like, and you know what I said? Like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, what did you say?
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. And that's what I did. I did not leave, and they rejoiced.
Yeah, so
they jumped for joy.
Long story short. Yeah, Jeremy's circle, Jeremy's friends, most of them left, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah, as fate would have it, as life goes, Jeremy got close to us, to myself. And Franchel Crescent. Franchel Crescent. Yeah, shout out. That was where we hung out a lot. The old house of JC. I miss that house so much. Yeah, and I guess, so ever since that, we just got close naturally, and here we are today.
We do weird stuff.
Now we can go back to 532.
Yeah.
I hopefully that sheds a light on.
I'm not sure if you've seen some of the skits, but we did one skit. You can check that out.
We uploaded it on our Instagram.
So check that out if you haven't seen.
Maybe we can put it in the link in the bio, something like that. We'll see. YouTubers. We got close, and it was around early 2020 January, maybe late 2019. I bought a Planet Hollywood crew neck from the States, from America, and I don't know, I think at the same time, I think vintage was popping off.
Vintage was popping off,
starting to become a trend, and I wanted to get more basically, and
at that time, like I feel like New Zealand was in a point where like thrifting was already a thing, but when we got into thrifting at around that time as well.
Sorry, I think we need to backtrack again.
Backtrack again.
'Cause I think basically when we got here, we weren't the most financially able people, so a lot of our stuff were hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
A lot of them were thrifted. A lot of them were were cheap.
Cheap,
free, picked up like inorganic. You remember that? Inorganic.
Inorganic.
Whatever was on the road, we pick it up.
It's a blue bin.
If we thought it was necessary or if we needed it. So that basically is how we started. That is, how would you say it? Like
I guess that's how we started.
It's one of the roots.
One of the roots.
532.
I remember
thrifting upbringing.
The thrifting upbringing, but for me, what started like our passion for vintage or thrifting was when we went to a specific thrift shop in Newmarket. I forgot what it was called. Hunting Ground.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys are alive, but
they might
thank you.
Be, but
Hunting Ground.
I'm pretty sure they closed their store.
But I remember going to that.
It was fill a bag for $5.
Fill a bag.
We filled that.
It was fill a bag for $10.
Something like that. It was good. We filled that to the brim. We got like a denim jacket. I got like 4 things.
I got a Patagonia windbreaker and a Levi's jacket for $10.
I still have it today.
Okay,
yeah. Maybe we'll show you guys one time.
Show you.
But so basically, our upbringing had a big part of 532, and it's actually quite fun, finding a really nice piece for like $5, $10. Like from somewhere you wouldn't expect it.
And the thing about vintage and thing about thrifting is once you get a specific piece, you'll actually know that it's not one of a kind, but it could be one out of 2, 1 out of 3
rare.
around the world. So that's
This Canada piece is actually, thrifted from like, I don't know, maybe it's like 8 years old now. Never been to Canada, but
yeah.
quick shout out to this shirt. I think I got it from Save Mart on Hanga. Yeah, nice spot. Used to be back then. Yeah, you have to get really lucky nowadays.
Now it's expensive, but shout out to them still.
So let's go back to 2020.
Yeah.
So that Planet Hollywood piece. Yeah, around that time I bought a piece, and we thrifted a lot growing up, and and we needed a bit of money. And we found out that like shipping was like they do shipping by weight.
But wait,
So like
we need to add more.
yeah, common sense was like you might as well buy like 5 things for like 5 kgs instead of 1 thing for like 2 kgs because that would be the same price. So yeah, basically we found a way to ship some stuff here. Get them shipped here. For a few pieces for a good price.
I think it was like 5 or 6 pieces.
Yeah, starting off it was a bit tricky because a lot of people didn't know how to ship internationally.
Yeah.
We got a lot of refunds. Lost a lot of money doing that because PayPal does not refund you the whole thing. Just
Knowledge.
just know that if you want to buy from PayPal, buy it through PayPal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2020 we bought that Planet Hollywood piece, and then we bought a few pieces. But COVID happened.
COVID happened.
Lockdown.
It was March.
Yeah. No.
February, March.
March.
2020.
Let me just check my notes.
Yeah, it was February, March, I reckon. Because that was the very start.
Yeah. So. Sorry.
No, it's all right. What's this? Because
Okay. Yeah, it was around that time we launched our Instagram. Launched. And we didn't have any stock because delayed it. So around this time, I believe we started just planning the whole thing out, right? So
yeah.
I think now is a good time now is a good time to talk about our vision, our values, all that. So, I think the easiest way to start off is the name.
Yeah.
So the name 532 Vintage stands for 2 Bible verses. So funny story later. So my verse was James 4:15. James verse 4. Sorry, James chapter 4, verse 15. So just quickly, I'll read it. It says, "Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that." So I believe around this time, I read this on the Word for Today, on the Bible app.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and around that time, we were like, should we do this? Should we, is this is because for us, this was a big risk.
Yeah.
Because, obviously the money, the time, and, all the effort and energy or whatever, it was a risk. And I guess this verse just popped up around that time, and I was like, yo, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were thinking about a name.
We had no name. We had so many fights.
We originally had J Bros.
We have official J Good.
Oh, J Goods. Yeah,
J Good.
So our email, if
Don't say the email. Okay, fine. Say the email.
So like, yeah, if you do contact us, have contacted us through email, you'll see it's official J Goods.
Yeah, it'll be like,
that was gonna be the name.
is this a scam?
But, yeah, it did. Yeah, it didn't catch on. So, yeah. So we were like, let's add 2 Bible verses. James 4:15. So just quickly from
For me it was Romans 1:16. It was a classic like
but
I'm Christian.
Romans 1:16 to 17. Because if you do the maths, 15 plus 16 is 31. So Jeremy prayed about it. He it
was Romans 1:16.
God's telling me that it should be 16 and 17.
Rome.
Yeah, we just put 532.
We did
When it was
532, and I
15
was
and
like,
16.
that doesn't add up.
Yeah, so we're like,
Like, we should go back to school. We should go back to school because of that.
So yeah, just quickly. Why that why that verse? Anything?
For me, it was like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? It's not just because. One thing is because we have passion for thrifting, we have passion for vintage, and going to different places, seeing like different clothes, seeing like how unique they are. It gives us joy. It gives us so much motivation. But it's not just that. It's basically, once we have this business, who do we do it for? We do it for ourselves, of course, for financial gain, but it's also I guess to glorify since we're Christian, it's to glorify God. And glorify God and glorify everything that He's given us. This platform, the clothes that we bought, the money that we have, and yeah, it's I don't want to get deep into it, but
we made, the experiences we've had, everything.
yeah.
So I guess my verse was basically just, I wasn't sure about this whole thing, and the verse was basically saying, trust in whatever we do.
Yeah.
And God will do the rest.
Yeah.
Do the work. God will do the rest.
Yeah.
And I guess so far it's worked out. I think I'd say.
And right now, how long have we been?
Now it's March 2020. Now it's what is it now?
It's August.
August 2023.
So it's 3 years and
so that's the story behind the name. Now, just quickly, I think we can touch upon our vision, our beliefs, our values, whatever. So I have it here written down. So one of the things we wrote was to make fashion more sustainable and have an overall impact on our environment. Yes. You want to quickly touch upon that, or?
Well, it's a little bit self-explanatory in a way, but vintage is very like thrifting. Vintage, you recycle. You're not recycling, but it's a type of way in which we grab certain like clothes that people didn't want previously, and then we source it and we provide it to our buyers, to our customers.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly. But like this person wouldn't like it at this point, but if you pass it on to a specific person, you lost it.
They're too big for them.
Yeah.
They needed the money, but
I guess value of vintage is in the beholder's eyes. It will always be different for everyone. It's different for everyone. Everyone's fashion sense isn't different. Is different. Sorry, is different. Look at me. I'm just wearing a hoodie.
I guess real quick, I'd like to say that clothes back then were more durable. Fast fashion's a thing now. Clothes are breaking easier.
Yeah.
More money for for those businesses. Because the quicker they break, the quicker you buy, I guess. So, people are greedy nowadays, but
actually, beforehand, I reckon like brands like Hallenstein's, like H&M, they caught on. They were just like, the quality of our stuff is actually pretty bad, and now they're creating better ones. But obviously, the difference is the quality.
I'd say vintage, the quality lasts a long time if you take care of it.
Stands the test of time. Stands the test of time.
And the shirt, 7 years old, 8 years old. Just take care.
My pants. My pants.
I have here another one of our visions. Another one of our values is use our platform to promote embracing being yourself. So, I'll start off real quick. I think the easiest way to explain this is everything we buy, everything we sell, everything we show on our Instagram or our website, we would wear that kind of stuff. So because we picked them. And yeah, sometimes we would have the odd one that we wouldn't wear, but it makes a bit of money. But yeah, most of it's
Some people like it. Some people like it.
yeah, but most of the stuff we'd wear. And yeah, I guess it kind of interchanges, it correlates that being yourself, us showcasing what we wear. So this is what we model, what we post. That's us.
Yeah.
Anything to add on for that?
Yeah, it's us, and it's how we perceive fashion in our eyes. That's why I feel like if you like having a vintage store or having a vintage brand, it will always be different for each and every business owner.
Yep.
Because especially if you're male or female, or if you have a different type of vibe, different type of fashion sense, like it all really depends. But I guess in New Zealand, we usually have a classic vintage fashion, like the classic sports. Yeah. We love sports. Rugby polos. You don't know how many times everyone asks for rugby polos.
We need to get more of those again.
Need to get more rugby polos. Sports, NBA, NFL, football, college, NCAA, and the new heavy hitters now, Carhartt.
Yeah. Winter time.
Carhartt, Lee, Dickies.
We have one on the website. Don't miss out.
Yeah, and
yeah. Anything else? Sorry.
Nah, I'd just like to point out, fashion is very subjective. So if you go to our page, if you go to any vintage page, it's all going to be different.
Go to our page.
Go to our page first, and then you can go to their page. But yeah, it's very subjective, and that's the beauty of fashion. You can go to this specific type of fashion sense, and then you appreciate it, and then you go to this part and you appreciate it. And I feel like vintage is bridging the gap of all fashion, Yeah.
Past, present, future.
Past, present, future.
Yesterday. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
We have three other things here. Well, we don't need to explain it, but I guess one of the things is expand our vintage clothing stream into other streams of content revenue. And podcast, another stream.
Podcast. We do 5:30.
We think that it'd be cool because vintage is quite competitive. Quite what would you say the word is?
I guess it's
saturated.
Saturated.
Saturated. So
especially in this day of age.
made something good, I guess, and why not try express ourselves even more and try and we also have here becoming a full-time business one day, hopefully.
Feels like it.
Yeah, hopefully we're on the way there.
Yeah.
And our last thing is storytelling. So
what we're doing now.
We started doing vlogs a while back.
Yeah.
I don't really remember when it was, but sorry.
That's where we got the name 532 Out Loud. So this podcast is 532 Out Loud, and now
I think the name is quite fitting. A lot of the time we try to keep to ourselves. We keep to ourselves, and with all that mental health stuff going on nowadays, being able to express yourselves, I think I think it was cool. I think it was a good idea for us to hop on that, and and just talk whatever.
And it feels like it feels like a release and a feel of anxiety being taken away, I guess, if you tell people, but tell the right things,
So, I guess again, for me as well, storytelling is a big part of what I want to present here in 532. Just real quick, one of my favorite verses in the Bible was that one of the lame man. He was lame for 38 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jesus was around. Where was this? Jesus was around, and he was performing miracles,
Performing miracles.
And yeah, long story short, Jesus came. He was healed by Jesus, and Jesus was like, "Get up and pick up your mat." So the lame man was on this mat for 38 years, and to me that verse, go and pick up your mat. Don't leave your past behind, your story.
Yeah.
That spoke to me, and it's still speaking to me today. Yeah, I guess what I learned from that was, our stories might be able to help someone out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be ashamed of that mat. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone might be going through what you
Tough
went
times.
through,
Yeah.
that you overcame,
Mm.
and yeah, you might be the difference
Yeah.
in whatever that is. And
And I guess what we're doing right now, 532 Out Loud, it's not just because we want to just showcase ourselves, but it's also basically to say our ideas and like what we have to say, and at the same time we want to. It's kind of cringy, but we want to inspire people to just do their own thing, do their own passion. Don't. Day one is always the hardest. Day one, week one is always the hardest. So if you keep on delaying the day one, then you're not gonna go to day 1,000. You're not gonna get there.
the analogy is, they might not be there tomorrow. They might not be here tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's really sad to say, but yeah, just go for it.
Shia LaBeouf says,
Shia LaBeouf, did you say that?
"Don't let your dreams be dreams."
Yeah, so I guess that pretty much is all of our values and all of our beliefs, vision, what we stand for. So I think we can start the home stretch now. What I have here is just a brief, actually it's quite long, but it was just a brief history of 532 so far. So, yeah. So I have here, first Instagram post on March 15, 2020. I think it was that Martin Luther King.
So Martin Luther King, yeah,
I'm pretty sure it said faith is taking a step without seeing the whole staircase. Something like that.
yeah.
So yeah, we were finding some inspiration.
And I was just like, how are we gonna represent like our vision? And then I saw Martin Luther King just raising his hand, and I was like, yo, I like that guy. And then I got one of his quotes, and then we just put it in our
Faith is taking a step without seeing the whole staircase. It's deep stuff.
deep stuff.
So yeah, March 15 was our first post. Yeah, lockdown happened. It took ages for our stuff to come. So
That's a lot of planning, a lot of
we
admin.
did a lot of learning and all that. On October 2020, we dropped a video with our good friend Gail.
Yeah, Lanigan.
Shout out to Gail and the horsies.
Y'all knew.
Luke, Dickie, Dan, Liam, Cello, and Phoebe. So very good friends of ours. They did a quick video for us. We had no idea what was gonna happen, but
That was the funnest video ever.
Gail did his magic.
That was the funnest
He
video
dropped
ever.
the video for us. Yep. And that was I love that.
That was the best one. Yeah.
And
Macca's run as well.
good friends still to this day. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for the support.
I have here March 2021. Gail joined us officially as the media guy.
Creative.
Yeah.
Is our creative director, I guess.
Yeah, Gail's had a big impact.
Yeah. It's a lot of
He set up the social media. We set up a thing called social media schedule. So just something more consistent for us to
yeah.
for us to post and all that stories and whatever content.
Like the layout of the whole
Yeah.
social media and Instagram, and how it needs to be uniform and it needs to look good. Yeah.
So yeah, Gail had a big part of that. He did a bit of branding for us. Yeah, he has experience with businesses and all that. So he brought that to the table as well. Gave us feedback.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. He did all that for us, and yeah, we miss you, Gail. Thank you very much for
Miss you, man.
Thank you very much for
Everything, man.
helping us out, being with us. Still a very good friend of mine and Jeremy's. And yeah, May 23rd, 2021, we did a website launch. So yeah, 2021,
Far out.
the website was born. We did a shoot again with Gail.
One more shoot. One more shoot.
Yeah, friend from childhood, Sam Mercado. She's a model, She's a model.
Professional model.
Yeah. Don't know how we landed that, but thank you, well, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
And yeah, Amy Hoff, she took photos for us as well that day. Funny, yeah. Thank you, Amy, as well.
Funny thing, we weren't there.
We weren't there. We never actually met Amy, so thank you very much, Amy. Yeah, the photos were amazing, and
Video,
quick shout out to
photos.
my mate as well, Connor Brown. He was there. He was helping out.
Thank you, Connor.
Yeah, because we weren't there. I don't know why, but yeah, we were there.
Work is work.
Yeah, that was a success. The website launch was an amazing video. Again, yeah, Gail did like everything basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have here next we have November 30, 2021.
Yeah.
First pop-up.
Oh.
First pop-up.
Oh man. The more of many.
For a bit, I was like, oh, I'm a bit shy. I don't want to go.
One of many. The one of many.
What Jeremy said earlier. Just go for it,
Let's go for it. One of many.
Lucky for us, it was still there. But yeah,
Where was our first pop-up?
night market.
Pakuranga Night Market. Oh my goodness.
I vividly remember it. I think we did all right, but
Yeah.
the lady, she charged us $50.
Shout out to the lady.
She charged us $50 up front. She was like, oh yeah, you can have a bigger space than usual.
Yeah.
And yeah, $50.
How kind.
Yeah, and then
How kind.
20 minutes later, she's like, that's another $20.
Like,
Yeah.
not
But
kind.
yeah,
I'm just
thanks
kidding.
for having us. But yeah, yeah,
We're not coming back.
Yeah, we haven't been back actually. We were
Good
back
job.
a few times, but-
Good job.
Yeah, it's not
There's
worth
the botany one pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, just real quick. Yeah, pop-ups and markets are. Yeah, we're very lucky to be part of them.
Yeah.
Firstly we sell a few things.
Yeah.
We and I guess the biggest thing for me is we meet a lot of people.
Community.
Yeah.
Get in touch with the
Make a lot of
community.
connections, meet friends, people. Yeah, and
Also just recently, we have had a few friends who have had ideas of making their own business, and I guess we really want them to come along and try it out,
Looking at someone right
and
now.
and see how
not
and,
listening.
and see how it is, and that's also one thing that we really like seeing, like seeing our friends or other businesses
Go
like
for their passions,
go for
their
it
interests,
and bloom.
succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was our first pop-up, and we'll be having more. Check out our posts, our announcements, and yeah. After that, we started posting like 100 pieces every few months. You remember that?
Yeah.
Days.
It's a lot of not.
Yeah.
No
Which
sleep.
was probably not a good business idea because
Yeah.
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 We learned from that. March 7th, 2022, team reveal. Yeah. So we revealed ourselves basically.
We acted like models. Damn.
Yeah, we channeled our inner models. We're not the best looking people. Jeremy's alright, but
No, Jonas is he's a beautiful man.
but Jeremy's alright.
No, he's a beautiful man.
We put ourselves in front of the camera, and we have a June 20, 2022 Kobe tee. Yeah, so just real quick, give us 20 seconds of your love for Kobe.
Oh man.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. I guess the passion started when it was a 2008 NBA Finals, and they were losing against the Celtics. 2008. They're losing against the.
Oh yeah,
No, 2008. Yeah.
Championships.
It's not an NBA fan. I'm just kidding. But 2008, the last game we lost by like 30 points.
30 seconds is up.
Yeah, but I was a big. I don't know. There was something about Kobe, something about his passion, something about his drive, something about how he played the game of basketball the right way. That I was just like, I'm amazed. I'm in love, and ever since, I guess, 2008 was the first time I really saw him, and that's where he lost as well. So 2009,
He came back.
2009, 2010, back-to-back
Smashed
champs.
my Orlando Magic. That
Orlando Magic. Dwight Howard fan.
But yeah. So yeah, we made a Kobe tee. Just we wanted to, I guess, going back to that new.
R.I.P. Kobe. R.I.P.
Going back to that point earlier where we were like starting new revenues or starting new streams of content revenue, and I guess a custom tee was a cool idea at the time.
Yeah.
So please buy some. And hopefully we can make more. We'll see. Shout out to my sister. She made the design.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Shout out to my sister. She is actually she's basically part of the team.
She's now
social media nowadays.
she's now our creative.
Yeah. Sorry, forgot to mention Gail. Eventually, I forgot when, but he eventually left. On good terms. Still good friends. But
To pursue his own passion, which is really good.
Yeah. We will plug his stuff on the link. Oh, sorry, in the bio. I think his thing is picture underscore in
Picture.nz. Yep.
We'll put it somewhere. And my sister does the stuff now. She did the Kobe tee. She does the stuff. Sometimes it's late, but
Whoa. Put it on the sweep it on the rug. Sweep it on the rug.
Next thing I have here is 532 on tour. July 4, 2022.
What was our first one?
I do remember. I just don't remember.
Taupo. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, travel's just real quick. Travel's been it's becoming a bigger part of our lives, I guess. And around this time, we were like, let's explore New Zealand.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really, to be honest.
And we've been here for a long time already.
Started to get a bit of money, and why not travel? So we started this time. First place was
Taupo.
Taranaki.
Taranaki Falls.
And Taranaki Falls walk, highly recommend.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like an hour.
1.5, 2 hours.
1.5 hours.
Nice. Especially in the winter. Because that's when we went. We've been to a few other places. Maybe we can do an episode on travel.
Yeah. Where would you like to travel?
I went to Singapore a few months ago. Jeremy didn't want to come. I'm going somewhere next month, so
watch out.
Yeah, keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. And next thing is July 11th, the week after. 532 out loud. So that's when it all started, I guess. 532 out loud. I think the first episode was Tom Hanks.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, so again, we just wanted to talk about whatever we wanted that meant something to us, that hopefully could mean something to someone out there.
Yep.
And we didn't know what. We watched Forrest Gump.
We watched Forrest Gump.
With Ravi as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we watched it. Yeah, Jeremy's house.
At my house.
One of my favorite movies, actually.
Forrest Gump is a great movie.
Movies, film, all that as well, maybe. Yes.
Yeah.
Would be a good idea. Yeah. If you haven't read it, please read it. Seems explaining at the moment, but So
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's where it all started, and we do it every now and then when we have no ideas to post.
Not just ideas to post, but when we have something to share.
Yeah. We have quite a few posts.
I remember mine. I was.
Now we're live.
Now we're live.
Now it's not a blog anymore, but yeah. Sorry, what was that?
Now I remember my first one was I was in a coffee shop, right? And I was just like, this new guy was just like, it reminded me of him. He reminded me of myself when I was like starting working. And I just talked about like, it sounded like so inspirational in my head, but when I wrote it down, I was like, it is inspirational.
inspiring to someone.
Hopefully not cringy, but for other people,
Yeah,
have a
coffee
read.
shop. What episode was that? 2, 3.
I forgot what it was.
Somewhere there.
Yeah. Waiter.
Yeah,
It's a waiter.
Yeah, that's everything I have with 532 so far. So now, real quick, going forward, maybe another episode. Let's see how it does.
Yeah.
See if it gets posted. More video content, Reels, TikTok. It says here.
Social media is a big thing.
More vintage clothes, more vlogs.
Yeah.
With all the travel we want to do, hopefully we can document it better.
Hopefully we become the sidemen of vintage.
Sideman in general. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Maybe a business one day, hopefully.
Yeah.
And
We are a business.
yeah,
It's just not official yet.
what I have here is next here is I noticed we've gone way over time, but we have a quick day in life. Nah,
That's for next time. That's for next time. Yeah.
if there's a next time.
There is a next time.
Yeah,
There is a next time.
I guess that's pretty much everything
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah.
So should we just
Close it here? Yeah.
some people saw? Yeah. Wanna kick it off?
Okay. Shout out to John for providing a last-minute audio interface. Shout out to my boy
To the man behind the camera.
man behind the camera,
You wanna come here?
Ravi.
He does not want to come in front, but he is. We'll plug his stuff, Oraka or apparel. So your anime. How would you say it? Anime.
Minimalist anime.
T-shirts, and I haven't bought one. I don't watch anime like that.
Once there's a
Some of our
Pokemon,
mates
we're
love
waiting
it.
for the Pokemon.
Pokemon. Oh, we should have talked about that. But anyway. So, shout out to those guys. To who else?
Yeah. Shout out to Josh as well. Why are you playing? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, our good friend Josh has our equipment. So, and he's in West Auckland, and he's very fine.
He's playing basketball right now, so go hard, man. Go hard. Believe in you.
Shout out to who else? Shout out to our families. To my
Yeah.
parents, my sister.
For my mom, my dad, my brother, and the friends who support us. Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who's bought, who's had a look at the pop-ups, who's viewed our website, who's read our stuff, who's said hello to us at a market.
Yeah. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Maybe awkward, but not scary.
Sometimes in the morning, we haven't had a coffee.
So we're very thankful for
Grateful. Yeah.
for this gift of serendipity. Just didn't know what to expect from all of this, and
Yeah.
now we're here. We wouldn't have been here without everyone and everyone who's been part of it,
Supporting us and backing us.
I forgot.
Yeah.
All the models who's been there with us as well. Who else? All the sellers as well that we met.
Sellers. Yeah. And people, when we go to markets, we learn a different thing every time, and how much they've been there, and how long have they been doing it, and like any tips on how to grow a business and stuff. So it's very inspiring. It's very good to see. It's good to see.
Lucky to have met some people that
Yeah.
that are cool, that that are just cool. Sorry. Anyone else we want to mention?
Who else? I think that's. Once again, shout out to the man above. We should have. Well, let's end it there.
Send in a prayer.
Thank you, God. Thank you to God for giving us this platform and giving us an opportunity to just keep doing this and living life like this. All right, but we'll end it here. Thank you for tuning in to 532 Out Loud. Thank you for tuning in to 532 Out Loud. This is Jeremy.
This is Jonas.
And we'll see you in the next show. Bye-bye.
That was all made up.